In this exercise, we want to factorize a simple number, here the number 477. So what do we mean by that? Factorizing or factoring just simply means that we write this number as different factors. And we would usually, when we are dealing with such a number only, we would usually break it down into its prime numbers. So how can we do that? So let's write down this number first. We have 477, and we want to break this number down into its prime numbers. So the first thing that we do is we actually use some kind of algorithm where we divide this number by known prime numbers and in ascending order, and see if this number is divisible by these numbers. So the first prime number that we should try is the number 2. Now we see that the last digit here is an odd number, and we know that we can only divide even numbers by 2. So that means we cannot use 2 to divide this number without any remainder. So the next thing is the next prime number would be number 3. So we can see if we can divide this number 477 by 3, and there's a simple trick to see if any number is divisible by 3. All we need to do is we need to add up the individual digits and sum them up and see whether this is divisible by 3. And if it is, then this number is also divisible by 3. So let's see. So we add up 4, add 7, that gives 11, add 7, that gives us 18. So that means 18 is divisible by 3, so therefore 477 is also divisible by 3. So 477 divided by 3, and this gives us 159. Now 159, is this divisible by 2? No, it is not, because this is an odd number. Is it divisible by 3? Well, let's see. We've got 1 plus 5, that gives 6, plus 9. 6 plus 9, that gives 15, and 15 certainly is divisible by 3, so we know that 159 can be divided by 3, and this would give us 53. So now 53, this last number is again is an odd number, so we can't divide it by 2. By 3, let's see, 5 plus 3 gives us 8. Now 8 cannot be divided by 3, so we can't use 3 to divide it. So the next prime number would be 5. Now 5, we can't divide 53 by 5 without any remainder. A number can only be divided by 5 if this last digit is either a 5 or a 0. The next prime number would be 7. And again, we can't divide it by 7. And that is basically all our options that we have for this. So 477 can be divided into its primes. We have written 3 here. 3 times, we've got another 3 here, 3 times, and this is our third prime number, 53. Okay, so let's have a look at another example. Here we want to factorize the number 896. So let's see how we can do that. So 896. Now we notice the last number here is an even number, so we can divide it by 2. Let's start by 2. And if we divide that by 2, we get 448. Now again, the last number is an even number, and we can divide it by 2. So this would give us 224. Again, the last number is an even number, so we certainly can divide that by 2 again. And that would give us 112. Again, we've got an even number. 112 can be divided by 2. And that would give us 56. And yet again, 56 can be divided by 2. That gives us 28. And you guessed it, 28 can be divided by 2. That gives us 14. And 14, again, even number, divided by 2 equals 7. Now 7 can no longer be divided by 2, and actually this is a prime number, so we can actually write 896 can be divided into its prime. So we've got 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And actually I've forgotten this one here. We need to do that as well. Times 2 times 2 times 2. And the last number we have the 7. So we multiply 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2. Or we can also write this as 2 to the power of 7 times 7. So I hope this gives you an idea how we can factorize or factor numbers into prime numbers. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this makes sense.